Hi everybody, welcome to the Todd and Erin Daily Stream. Tonight is the night, we got the full moon and it's Friday the 13th.
They're calling it the biggest harvest moon we're going to see in the next 30 years.
But
and we'll tell you exactly how you can shoot it with a cell phone camera.
What?
And still get something more than just a bright yellow dot.
But first, here's a video. You know, it's rather chilly outside.
We're waist deep in snow.
I think it's time.
For?
Chili.
Oh, okay.
There's only one problem. Much. Ow! How's it going? Just cutting jalapeno peppers and I touched my eye. Oh my gosh, that hurts. There's only one worse story than this. I heard a story about a guy who was working with ghost peppers. They're really, really crazy ones. And they went to the bathroom. Wonder what that dance looked like, huh? So I'm making chili, if I can see. Making chili. I wanted to thank you for going on Facebook, by the way. We had a great discussion about... I made chili only once before, and I know, right? It's like, make other soups, so why chili just once? And I did pretty well, but I want to know what your secret surprise was. Secret ingredient. And this is what I learned. First of all, thanks for not fighting, because this does have beans in it, the way God intended. But cinnamon, didn't know. Chocolate, didn't know. Coffee, didn't know. Beef stock, didn't know. I'm going to use beef stock in this one. But what I'm going to do, as opposed to throw some like bitter, unsweetened chocolate into the whole batch, I'm going to make the whole batch with some of your suggestions, and then I'm going to make some side batches and put cinnamon in one, chocolate in another, coffee in another, so I don't like the whole batch. You can't put them in all at once because then you got a riot going on. So basically, here's something I want to show you. This is the meat I'm using for the chili, and as you can tell, it's not ground beef. And what I did is I went to Lucky's, or you can go to most of the Hispanic grocery stores, and they have what they call taco meat, and it's got texture to it. It's not a fine grind, it's more of a coarse grind, and it gives you that mouthfeel that I really, really like in a chili, so it's not all, it's not like soup. You've got some bite and some chewing going on, so anyway, that's what we're doing. Otherwise, it's the usual suspects. Onions, jalapenos, move that out of the way. Take the seeds out. I'm not going to use them for heat as much as I am for flavor. I'm going to add heat later. Garlic over here. The beans, a mixture, dark kidney, light kidney pinto, and black beans. And I did them out of the can. I didn't have time. Sorry, guys. And then beef stock. We're going to do that. Some beef stock. Also, I can't tip this because... some crushed tomatoes, got that, got some paste over here, and got some oregano right here. I've got cumin, which is like really good because it gives it that earthy kind of tone. This is the secret. This is what I'm doing. This is, I did this last time. You only take like one of these out of here, and it's got that sauce that comes with it, the adobo sauce, and it is incredible. So that's my secret ingredient. Also, chili powder, of course, and oregano, chili powder, like that. Okay. I've already browned the hamburger off, so all we have to do is start putting this thing all together and get it on the stove. So let's do that. All right, assembling. I already put the chili powder in. I put the oregano, and I put the cumin. And now just the rest goes in. And yes, my eye is still burning from the pepper. I did not wash my hands. It hurts like a... Okay, so got the garlic going in. Garlic's going in too, so that's what we have here. Now, I'm not going to put all the jalapenos in for a reason, and that is I don't want to kill this. That might have been too much. I'm looking more for flavor here than I am, other deals. Okay, so here's the other stuff. Here's that stuff that I'm telling you about. Chipotle with adobo sauce, I believe it's called. This is hot. Good luck. All right. Now the beans. We had the beans in, strained, of course, washed off. They go in. I was wondering how this thing was going to fill up. All right, so beef stock. I've never done the beef stock before. This is new. All right. Now I'm going to use the tomatoes, the crushed ones. I like those. And they still have some texture to them. What am I missing? I need some more ingredients. All right, let's stir it and then see what we have. It's really thick. I think I have too many ingredients. I'm gonna have to thin it with another beef stock. Messy cooking. All right, so that's what we're looking at right now. So all the pretty ingredients. I'm not gonna salt it. I'm gonna wait till I get it going. I'm gonna start tasting it as it goes. All right, so there we go. Time to put it on the stove. Let's go. Ow! Oh, great, again, seriously, really? Really? What kind of moron am I? Oh, man. Touch jalapenos, don't touch your eyes. Touch jalapenos, don't touch your eyes. Medic!
This took you an entire day.
Not of labor.
No, this chili creation.
Labor of love.
Now you say you've made this once before, but I can't ever remember you serving chili.
I didn't serve it to you.
Oh, that's
I served
good.
it at the home show in the test kitchen, which I won a prize for because the others taste like poo. So anyway,
I don't think that's how you're supposed to say that.
you saw the ingredients. The ingredients are right. It's a little bit off though. And
How so?
I think, taste. I think, is it not creamy enough? Is it not, It's damn good.
I think it's delicious.
I mean, no one, but you would
There's a bite at the back of my throat.
right?
Really great ratio of meat and,
Right.
and beans.
Right.
This is really good.
So, success, but not what I'm really going for.
I toast you.
I toast you back.
That was delicious. Why did you don't like it, really?
It's on the adventure hunt. Picture me on the Serengeti, traveling for chili, the correct place. And
In the Serengeti?
experience people and experience recipes along the way until I start getting closer and closer to the perfect recipe of chili. I am on a travel.
I thought it was pretty good.
That's all I gotta say. All right. Another recipe around the corner. I think this is a great idea because every time a full moon happens or there's asteroids or whatever, everybody takes their little cameras out.
And you're so excited. You're like, I'm going to get a picture. It's so amazing. And I even tried to do it last night with like the mountains as a scale because it's coming up. And it looks like a bright yellow dot.
Like you're looking into a flashlight.
All right. Denny Doucet is actually a space photographer. So he went down through a lot of different things. And he goes, you can actually get a really good shot with a cell phone. Because if you've got the big fancy cameras, I'm wasting your time.
You already know what you're doing.
You already know this stuff. Number one, he said a tripod. You can get a cheap tripod for a cell phone anywhere now. He says, don't try to do this by hand. Number two, he said, download the Moon app. Now, this is really cool. I didn't know this.
There's a Moon app?
It's a Moon locator app. It's free.
This is cool.
And many of them can superimpose the information on a real-time camera image on our phones. So then you point the cell phone camera towards the horizon.
Right.
The app shows you where the moon will rise, the trajectory through the sky,
Get out.
where it sets, the time of the events, and this way you also have a perfect location to set up your tripod, get everything set.
Get
so
a
that you're ready to
beverage,
go.
sit in a chair.
I just thought it was so cool. He said, do not forget that you're going to be climbing trees sometimes to get the right shot or like sitting in a mosquito-infested field. So make sure that you're dressed.
Right.
So that you can rip and tear something you don't care.
He is so kind.
I think that's so cool.
And then you're eaten by werewolves.
Now,
werewolves.
Well, yeah, because I
It's
understand
Friday the
that.
13th.
Now, here's the important thing. He said, if you are using a regular camera, do not use autofocus. He said the camera tries to pick out everything and it ruins it. So but he says back to cell phones.
Like the werewolves.
Back to cell phones. He says now you've got it. It's been on. You've got the app.
Moon app.
You've got it perfectly set. You got your tripod because you're not trying to do this by hand. He said when you do produce them, do it in black and white. Now, the reason why he suggests this, he said the lunar soil is a light grayish brown color. It's not very photogenic, and it won't show any contrast between the brightly lit areas and the shadows.
Okay, so
do it in black and white, super dramatic, and it's gigantic.
Go to the Moon app. Get one.
I think that's really clever.
Well, especially, you could have a little bit of a party. It's Friday night. Get some lawn chairs.
Some werewolves.
Be killed by bats because it's the 13th, and a witch comes through and
that sounds
takes
good.
your baby. That's how it works. I don't know if you do
There was a cell
that.
phone and a moon like 2 seconds ago.
So anyway, I have this fascination with cornfields, and I lived on a farm when I went to college up in Maine, and we planted, and I helped. We planted all these cornfields and stuff, and there's something that I discovered is that when you walk into the center of a cornfield, and these are pretty good sized cornfields, and if you sit down on a windless night, and you're the only noise, right? And you sit down, you can actually hear the leaves popping off the stalks.
That's so cool.
Now, and some people say, oh, that's BS. And it's not. And especially that all of a sudden there's a moment where there's like all around you. There's no wind, nothing's moving. And it's amazing. You go out with a couple of friends, you sit down, have this great conversation, and you are in the middle of nowhere, and it is so quiet. So anyway,
I just like the fact that you can step into a cornfield and 2 steps in, you're invisible.
build it and they will come.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just like that. You just disappear like Field of Dreams. So anyway, so in Indiana, the police were looking for a guy. He was running. He's got a beer. He's naked. They come around.
Why is it always men? You never see women in these stories running naked with a beer.
I don't know.
Go on.
So the police come up on him and he goes, dun, 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 and he runs into a cornfield. Okay, so
I'm invisible.
there is one thing you should know, is that if you walk through a cornfield, you're just parting the leaves, right? The stalks are in a row, just parting the leaves. Mm-hmm. If you're running, there is some lacerations. There is some
those leaves are razor sharp. Just walking is enough.
And the guy's naked. That's all I'm going to say. I'm going to put it right there for you. How many beers did he have? Not enough. I'm going to guarantee you
so
that.
I'm guessing the officers handcuffed him and went, never mind, go home.
They never found him.
He's out there bleeding from his thousand.
They never found him.
cuts.
It was during the day, and they never found him. And they went in themselves and stuff, and they even sent a drone.
Oh, that's so sad.
They sent a drone over, and they still couldn't find him.
Oh
and
my
so,
God, that's so sad.
So if you're for Halloween in Indiana, and you and your family are going like for a corn maze, you might want to be prepared. There will be
the shriveled corpse with 8,000.
I'm thinking he's still alive. He ate corn, right? So I'm thinking you might run into a naked guy. So you just
bleeding, naked.
Ow! Keep that in mind.
That's the saddest thing I've ever heard.
I gotta tell you, I had no idea this was possible. Do you remember back when a famous inventor of planes, Fosse? No, that's the dancer. Fossil.
No, I think it was one of the Apple guys, wasn't he?
He was a millionaire.
It was one of the Apple guys, I'm
Billionaire.
pretty sure.
Anyway, he made experimental planes.
Yeah.
Then he went down the Arizona desert. So what they did is they went and took satellite photos. They paid a satellite to take photos of 100 square miles of this area, and then they turned it loose to the public. And I didn't know this, but there are amateur people at home, and they went through foot by foot to find the wreckage.
The topographical.
They just sat there and watched on HD monitors where this plane went down, and they covered, and they would report where, the areas they covered, so no one would cover it again. Anyway, the point is, I had no idea that amateurs do this all the time. Now,
well, think about it. It's like the ultimate sleuthing experiment.
Right.
You see debris, or then you see a clue, and then it's like, oh man, and then you kind of figure out from there where the spread of the rest of the wreckage could be, or whatever.
And if you have Google Earth like Pro, you can get down a lot closer than you and I can just with Google Earth and stuff. And when I get lonely for my my grandfather's cabin, I could zoom in and go see it and see where I caught fish, and I could go look at our old cabin, and I could do all these things because I'm a nerd. So these other people go and just look for stuff. And this one guy, well, there was a case, and this is back in, where was it? It was back in 2007. 2007, the guy went missing.
Oh.
And he left a bar, but he wasn't drunk, and he just left, and he disappeared for what, 21 years now, right? 21 years. The kid who's looking on Google Earth looks into a pond, which is connected to a canal, and this is in Florida, and sees the car. Sees a car under the water. Now, you imagine if you're walking along the edges, you can't see the car. He can see the car from Google Earth.
That's right.
And so he calls the police,
The
and he
light
said,
refraction would be different.
I have this image, and I'll send it to you. And they sent it to him. And sure enough, they pulled him out, the car out. It had been in there for 21 years, and there were skeletal remains inside of the gentleman. And the case was solved.
Wow.
Amazing.
Traumatic, but man, his family knows, and that's incredible.
I had no idea that was
that would have gone forever. I wonder how many missing persons cases
they found.
Going to be able to. Yeah.
I don't know, but I mean that is just amazing to me.
You know, I guess maybe I'm overly optimistic, but when you were talking about it, I was thinking this would be great for searchers for like missing people, you know, for children. If because now instead of sending just searchers out because there's only so far that humans can cover, if you can do this with satellite images or Google Pro,
right?
I just imagine all the ground you could cover and you could search, and the police give you an idea of where you're going.
Plus, you're thousands of people doing this.
Yeah, I mean, so you can be in your computer chair in, you know, Okinawa, Japan, and you're looking for somebody in Nepal. I think it's amazing.
We should take you to England for 9/11. The Queen actually had her band play the national anthem of the United States, which they never. It's not protocol. They did it in speaking of not protocol. Something else shocking has happened.
What's that? Oh, Prince Harry.
Prince Harry.
Do we really want to bring this up?
Some kind of maverick, some kind of crazed guy, and his wife as well.
And we used to work with Daisy, who's British, and she would have to explain a lot of things to us regarding hats. A lot of things during Prince Harry and Meghan Markle's wedding.
Right.
There was just immeasurable commentary about hats and different things, and she explained what it all meant.
Did she do the right thing?
You guys have so much more time.
Did she face
in
the right
England than
way?
we do.
One time she was looking and talking to Prince Harry, and Prince Harry kind of said, "You got to turn around. The flags are coming by." And she turned around and was like, "Oh yeah." So you got to kind of keep them in line, both of them.
Well, last September, she made a huge stir because she actually closed her own limousine door. She got out and closed it.
Shut up.
Like you do. And it was a massive outrage. And they actually had to have all these etiquette people go on TV and go, it's not a breach of royal etiquette. It's okay. She's innocent. She just didn't understand.
Killed the peasants.
You know,
Killed them all.
Like, I should. So literally a year to the day, and I have to believe this is not accidental.
Oh, no, it's not.
Prince Harry got out of the limo and
on one side,
shut the door again by himself.
On the other side.
And so it was interesting. One of them, British etiquette expert William Hansen, says this is another silent signal that they're going to be doing things their own way, and they're trying to help adapt and progress the British monarchy. And once again, they said this is not a breach of royal etiquette, because apparently, if it does, the entire country explodes and then sinks into the ocean. I think we can all understand that. But I just thought it was sort of adorable that he picked something that subtle to show support for his wife. Because you know he had to pick it that it's exactly to the day.
Right.
1 year later,
That's
he does
funny.
the same thing.
That's
I just
funny.
thought it was sweet.
If they do pour their own tea, the country breaks in half and then falls into the ocean.
And then there's sharks.
The sharks
That's what happens.
with their pinkies out.
Royal etiquette.
That's the way it
their
works.
fins out. Todd,
All right.
do you know anything about sharks?
I don't. You guys, they're fin out. Anyway, you guys have a great day, and thanks for watching the Todd and Erin Daily Stream. Please go ahead and share the show.
Coming up next week, we've got haunted house tickets for you. It's the Todd and Erin Tour of Terror.
In our house.
Yeah, and you have to help us clean. That's the scary part.
Just walk through, and it's frightening.
It's bad enough. Yeah.
No, we have the real thing. All right, you guys have a good one. We'll talk to you tomorrow on the Todd and Erin Daily Stream.
That'd be Monday, sweetheart.
That's Monday.
Yeah.
Oh, it's the weekend.